I'm sitting here now talking to a veteran that has been in Trysil since, first time you were here in 1975 or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. And you've been here now for 2 weeks almost?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
What can you say of the fishing you have experienced this time around?
Oh, I think the fishing this time was pretty hard with the high water.
Yeah.
And I fished with a guy who is really loving to fish in the big river. And I most of the time like to fish more in the smaller rivers like the Flina and Elta and the Drevja and all the others. Yeah. But it was fun. I mean, the chance that you get bigger fish in the big river is of course much higher than on the small rivers. But I'm not dissatisfied even with all the rain we got this year.
No, it was terrible. We have had, on an average, when you've been there, from 50 to 70 centimeters above normal, so it has been a lot of water.
Yeah.
What would you say was, if people come here and they experience the same thing, what would you advise them to do when they are in Trysil and experiencing high water levels and difficult fishing? How are you?
Now, there are a lot of different opportunities, of course, to fish here. You could fish in quite a number of lakes. And I always get the feeling if I am on the lake that there's hardly being fished. There probably are, because you find boats and huts everywhere. So there probably be fish, but you're most of the time just alone. And there's a number of interesting lakes because there are so many different fish species in the different lakes. You find lakes with murt and gera and abore, and you find lakes with redding and all the lakes in between. So
yeah.
The other thing is that if you go high up in the small rivers, even with high water, you'll find good conditions because the water doesn't get murky. If you go in Germany and you have one thunderstorm, then you have to wait 3 days in order to get the water clear. Here the water stays clear. It colors, but it stays clear. So you still have the feeling that it makes sense to fish here.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting till the murk is going.
Yeah, definitely. And we have had quite success on fishing on the smaller rivers as well.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Got a lot of small fish and yeah, I mean, I always say that I like to catch a lot of small fish instead of getting no big fish.
Yeah.
If you go to the river, you're for the big fish, and if you get no fish there, it's less fun than going to the small rivers and get some fish at least.
Why do you like coming to Trysil? What makes Trysil appealing to you as a fisherman? I know you travel around in whole Scandinavia.
Yeah.
And you've been here before, and you have come back now lately. What do you find interesting about the Trysil area, this region?
Well, of course, you have a lot of memories out here. We camped for the first time in Fosseng, just south of Plassen. And I fished a lot with Christian Lucken. A couple of years. And yeah, I know his family, so it's hard to pass it. Yeah. You have to go there.
And what you
once in a while.
Do you find anything here that you don't find other places, you think, or?
No, I think the Trysil River is a different river than, for example, the Rhine and the Glomma. I always say the Glomma is easier to fish because you have so many different waters.
Yeah.
Here the water is more equal, but there are quiet pieces, there are fast-running pieces, there are pieces with pools, etc. But you don't have that much islands, and it's harder to wait in most of the time to get, because there are much more deeper spots and deeper rills, and therefore the fishing is therefore it's so interesting. The river is interesting, and the small rivers here. I don't know much small rivers on the Glomma. I fished on the Atna and a couple of rivers lower there, but they're most of the time very steep rivers, so they go very fast down.
Yeah.
And make fishing not that easy. therefore I like Trysil for a number of these reasons.
Yeah.
And of course, yeah, we have learned to know Björn and you, and so it's a good reason to come back.
Well, it's always nice to have you here,
Yeah.
and we will go for some more fishing today.
Yeah.
So I would like to thank you for giving your thoughts about the Trysil area. And I'm looking forward for the fishing trip today.
Okay, I would
Thank
too.
you.
You're welcome.